weapons like flashbang grenades, tear gas, rubber bullets, and so forth. Once they told me their story, looked at some videos, I agreed to help them bring this story forward, and so that's why I'm here. When the people of Seattle come onto the street and are protesting problems like violence against black and brown bodies because Black Lives Matter, there are a whole group of other people who come out to support them, whether they be legal observers, volunteer medics, people bringing out food, water to support this community. And for the Seattle Police Department to intentionally attack them, to target them on purpose, people who are marked with red crosses, helmets, information saying medical, having EMT on their back, for the police to target them is an intentional attempt to silence this movement. And it is offensive and it is horrific that we as Seattle taxpayers are paying the police to do this. So it makes a lot of sense to demand to defund the police, in my personal opinion. But what I want to say is that on this intersection, right over here at the intersection of 11th and Pine, on Sunday, the night before the Seattle Police Department abandoned the East Precinct, Seattle Police Department threw a flashbang grenade at Aubriana Inda, who is here today. Her story has been in the press as well. It struck her in the chest. She collapsed to the ground, and protesters were able to grab her and drag her back to a dedicated emergency triage area staffed and marked as a medical facility, staffed by professional people who work at hospitals here in the city of Seattle, and where they began to care for her. Seattle police advanced up the street and they began throwing flashbang grenades into this fenced medical facility, which was filled with people who were struggling with respiratory issues from the tear gas and from OC spray and flashbangs, people who were injured, and the people who were helping them were being attacked by these flashbangs. The team had to evacuate the area and head up the street, and eventually, they were able to deliver Aubriana to the hospital with a pulse, even though during this period of time she had cardiac arrest on multiple occasions, and she could have died, frankly. And it was despite the Seattle Police Department that she survived. And thank goodness for these people who are volunteering their time, and it's not cool for them to be attacked. So we're going to have 3 people talk today, 4 people talk today about what's going on. I'm sorry, 3 people said myself. We're going to have Danielle Meehan, who is an ICU nurse who treated Aubriana. We're going to have Megan Brown, who's been organizing the medics, who can talk about this pattern of police attacking medics over, not just on this one egregious occasion, but on multiple occasions since these protests have erupted in Seattle, and another medic as well who has personally experienced being struck with bullets and so forth. So thank you very much for being here. Black Lives Matter, and I'll have Danielle set for it.
Hey Daniel, just remember to speak up because some of the signs over here don't have on the high tech.
Sure. So I have been volunteering here as a medic. I am an ICU nurse at a local hospital here. An ICU nurse here at a local hospital. And I've been volunteering time around here along with a lot of other professional medical personnel that are also volunteering their time. I was here that night, that Sunday, when Aubriana was hit in the chest. I was at the police station. We heard the police making their threats of deploying medical agents, etc. So we all at the station ourselves prepared for the downstream people that were going to come as it had happened lights fire. I was treating multiple people screaming for help with either pepper spray to their eyes, burns, welts from flashbangs to their skin, along with many of the other medics. And then I heard probably, minutes after that all started, someone bringing a young girl into the medic station saying she's been hit in the chest, she's been hit in the chest. Her eyes were closed, they were bloodshot, and tearing from the pepper spray. She was clutching her chest saying it hurts to breathe. Sat her down.
Just a little bit because you're right in the shot.
We sat her down and did our best to triage her, myself and another RN. But the police at this point were advancing closer and closer to our medic station. We could hear the flash grenades becoming much louder. have much time, and it was kind of a split-second decision of this person is seriously injured, she cannot run. Raviv here is another medic that was with me in the station. I had him grab the cot. He brought the cot over, we loaded her in. At this point, there were flash grenades being launched directly into our medic station. The pepper spray was all present. We could see the line of police officers right outside the medic station. We knew we had to run. So, grabbed, Raviv was with me, another RN, Kim, and then some other bystanders helped us load her and carry her to the only safe place that we knew for sure that we were able to get into. There were people running everywhere. I grabbed as much medical supplies as I could, on the fly, and cleared the sidewalks and people in the way. There were several people along the way opening their apartment buildings saying, hey, come in if you need help, but all was stairs and it was unsafe to try to transport her. So we ended up going 3-4 blocks probably to this one safe location that we had. All along the way of leaving the medic station, we could feel the blast of the flash grenade behind us. We were coughing I guess it wasn't tear gas that night, but the pepper spray. This is a very clear marked area where all the medics practice. There are signs that say no pictures, no cameras for the safety of our medics. The police were well aware of that location, and we were obviously treating injured people in that area when this was happening. Luckily, we were able to get her evacuated. We made it to that safe location, and upon further assessing her, she was still with us at that point. She was able to answer questions. She was in a lot of pain. And then minutes later, after we got to that safe location, she stopped responding. She was not breathing. We lost her pulse. I started CPR. Yelled for someone to call 911. Raviv was with me, with Aubriana with us, checking for her pulse as we were doing CPR. The other RN, Kim, was also treating this patient with us, and someone got 911 on the line. I myself did probably 2 minutes of CPR initially, and Aubrey came back, gasping for air and confused, but we did have a pulse, and that cycle repeated itself 5 times maybe, that we lost her pulse, and initiated CPR over again. Compressions were then resumed by the other RN at that time while I was on the phone with dispatch. That phone call lasted a long time. I informed them that this person was in active cardiac arrest, actively receiving CPR, and I was told that the ambulance would not come to our location, that we needed to get her into a private vehicle and transport her to an intersection 2 blocks west up there, to East Union and Broadway. And I informed him that it was wildly unsafe to load a patient that's actively coding into a private vehicle. And after some back and forth, it was made clear that they would absolutely refuse to come to our location. And I tried to request that they would promise to have an ambulance waiting for us when we got to that location, and that was not made clear. We just said that we needed to get there. We took a chance, and when we got a pulse back the last time, we ran her to the car. I stayed in the back seat with her with my hand on her pulse the whole time, and luckily she stayed with us the whole time in the car. But there was in fact not an ambulance waiting for us at that intersection, and I was just told to keep driving, and asking to go where, and they wouldn't give me a location to go to, so we just made the call to take her to the ER ourselves. At that time, when we passed Aubriana off to the ER staff, she did have a pulse. She was minimally conscious, but she was alive. Raviv was here for most all of that, and is there anything you'd like to add? How does that sound?
I think one thing is that after she was at the hospital, she coded 3 more times. So this was not, when we're in the field, we always have all the fancy equipment. We do our best to try to figure out what's going on and read it. But the level of jeopardy that Aubriana's life was put into by the Seattle police
want to say that every single day and every night that the police were here, the medical tent, the medics, and all of the patients who we were helping were very specifically targeted with tear gas and flashbangs as they came forward. The place that we are acting out of has been clearly marked the entire time, and by that Sunday, it simply is impossible to try to say that the police department did not know where we were, and that is absolutely unacceptable. They knew what they were doing, they targeted us, and all we were doing is trying to help people.
Hi, folks. My name's John. I'm an EMT and a union organizer. I came out here to help people because when I saw what happened to George Floyd, I, like pretty much everyone else, was completely and utterly horrified and decided that something needed to be done. That black and brown lives, as ever, are under attack. Came out here the first Saturday and witnessed police aggression unlike anything I've ever seen. That pattern has continued in perpetuity since. Even after they left the precinct, they've been targeting our medics and following them home. During the course of the protests that were more, let's say, lively, we had our medics targeted. I was personally hit while aiding a patient on the street. I was very clearly marked, much more so than today. And that jeopardizes our ability to provide care to patients, which I might add is a felony. And I want to clarify a couple things. First among which is that people say that, Aubriana coded, there's a lot of different types of language going around. She was murdered by the Seattle Police Department, and it was despite their best efforts that she was brought back to life. I think that it is horrific, the things that I have seen personally, the things that I've heard from my team, and it has to stop. It absolutely has to stop. We cannot have Jenny Durkin sending the police around to alert, sit in the parking lot by our aid station with 4 officers in an unmarked car. I walked over to the car, I could see their vests and their badges, very clearly police officers. And they're just sitting there watching us. I don't know if they're photographing us or goggles, but likely playing those officers here. Like I said, medics have been followed home. At the end of the day, this is egregious that the Seattle Police Department would be allowed to brutalize the citizens who pay their salaries and then run and hide. Because that's what they're doing right now. They're hiding from accountability. They're hiding from any kind of meaningful change. And having spoken to some of the organizers here, the level of frustration about the response from their office is beyond high. And something has to change. This is not my platform. I am just here to help people. But I would just like to say that Black Lives Matter, Brown Lives Matter, and
So, our third medic is here. Kim Dang is here now. She's available for questions. We will open this up for questions. But one thing I personally want to hear Jenny Durkin and Carmen Best say is that any police officer who uses force against a medic who is not engaged in protest, who is helping people stay alive, will be fired immediately and seriously consider prosecution. Because what the people of the city of Seattle have to understand, you don't have to be out here on the street, but you should be upset that your tax dollars being used in this way. So let's open up for questions. Do we have any questions?
We're up to the microphone. Can you just spell your name for us?
Yeah, my name is Braden Pence, Bradenpence. I'm an attorney. And by the way, one more thing. If anybody has video of this attack, I know there are lots of people that had their cell phones running that night. We were having a little bit of a hard time finding that exact moment. We got some people raising their hands right now who have video of this. Good, I'm glad to hear that. If anybody else has video or statement about this, saw this happen, please contact my office. You can find it on the internet.
Great. Can you put this, guys are so targeted and, out here, can you specifically say what occurred? We did an interview the other day with NBC and talked to a few medics. They said that projectiles or tear gas canisters and things like that were clearly thrown into your marked area. So I'm just letting you know when you're saying targeted, it might not translate all the way back. Can you clearly, in an elementary way, say exactly what happened?
So I was carrying the back of the I was carrying the back of the stretcher, and there were flashbangs hitting within a foot or two behind me as we were trying to run out.
Show them your back.
I still have bruises. Oh yeah, I mean I'm fully visible is what I am, and I still have bruises on the back of my legs from the when I was wearing that most nights. I still have bruises on my legs from the debris that goes off of those flashbangs. So they were throwing it at us while we were running away, carrying something on each other.
Right. And the other question I have that you might be able to answer, Rachel, is that again when we interviewed your medics with ABC, they said that they feel they're being intimidated by the SPD, or people are being followed or tailed by SPD. Can you speak more to that? I mean, that's a real serious claim, and that's what's ongoing. I know the flashbang occurred about a week or more ago, but what I'm hearing is today, right now as well, that they feel that they're being intimidated or harassed.
What I know the most about, what I have studied, what I have talked to multiple witnesses, including the medics and civilian witnesses who are on the scene, is this one evening, the night before that they abandoned the precinct. In that occasion, they threw flashbangs directly at people clearly marked with red crosses in an area marked as a medical facility that had been used as the medical facility since the beginning of this set of protests. So that is a situation that I cannot imagine how they could possibly argue they did not know. If they didn't know, they're intentionally being, ignorant of that. The other examples that I've heard about is people being shot with bullets, tear gas canisters being thrown in that same area. And as to the question about surveillance stuff going on since then, I'm asking for an investigation. I think this is something that the Office of Police Accountability, that has any purpose whatsoever, is to follow up on something like this and get to the bottom of it, because there's a lot of information that we don't have on the police's side about what their explanation might be for this. But the fact, it's an unmistakable message. I mean, the people who are out here actually serving the community, actually keeping people safe, are being targeted by the ones who get, whatever it is, $400 million in their annual budget. It's an insane waste of taxpayer services that is acting as a terrorist organization, harming people who are actually out here keeping people safe. So yeah, I want to know more too, Amari.
What are some of the specifics of the lawsuit? Can you just describe damages-wise what we're looking for, or kind of can you elaborate more on what this looks like?
We have not filed a lawsuit. We are not necessarily going to file a lawsuit. What we have filed is a complaint with the Office of Police Accountability. Now, yeah, there are damages as a result of this, but that's not what this is about. This is not about the medics. This is not about people who are out here on the street who are finally white people are now experiencing the type of violence that the police systemically inflict on the black and brown community. So this is not new. This is just now, I think people are starting to wake up to it a little bit, and thank goodness for that. And if the lawsuit is necessary to get accountability, we will certainly go that route. But that's not what this is about.
Has there been any communication or coordination between the medics here and Medic One? Especially since the barricade came down?
Yeah, so I've personally spoken with Chief Scoggins and then also several of the higher-ups at Battalion 20, or not Battalion 25, Station 25. And there's been plans put in place. There's been communication mix-ups with dispatch, obviously. But since the barricades have come down, Scoggins stated that they would be able to respond into the Chaz chop. And barring that, they would meet us outside of the barricades. However, over the last week or so, we have been calling for aid for various things, overdoses and whatnot. And those have been supposed to be met just outside of the barricades at any point. But on several occasions, we've been asked to walk several blocks with patients, which, as you can imagine, could provide barriers to care, like was witnessed with Aviana. But there are plans in place. I think it's a matter of refining those plans. But obviously, the number one threat in this area, as is evident now that the police have left, has always been the police. The reason why fire couldn't come in here wasn't because we were going to go attack firefighters. Obviously not. The reason why they couldn't come in here is because
she was one of the 3 medics who's primarily responsible for the care of
Hi, so I'm working at the RN in Seattle, and I come here expecting to see, blue wash and eye wash, and very minimal care. I just want to step out and help the community. But that night, when the lady went limp in my hand, I was holding her hand when she just dropped. I feel my heart break. I didn't expect to be in that situation at all when I come here, and this was shocking to me to be able to deal with that. And when we CPR her and she wake up, the other nurse was on the phone with the medic, and when we hear back that the medic won't come, sorry, not medic, the 911 won't come, and we will have to physically transport a patient in a car. My heart broke the second time. At that moment, I don't know if I can save her life. Because most of the time is what we do. We give CPR, we call 911, we wait for a fire to work there with all the equipment. Ever again. That is not on the street of Seattle, not here. It's just, I can't believe the word how that was.
How has it changed for you? You work at the hospital. When police show up with patients now, how do you interact with them now?
In the hospital, we have a team that put together. We have the equipment. We in healthcare, we're here to help everybody. Even if they put a cop or anybody go to the hospital, that is our responsibility. Anybody fall on the street, I'm here to help people. So anybody fall in front of me, I will step in and help. I don't care where they come from. I don't care what their color. I don't care what their job is. Even if that day police will call out in front of me, I will step in. I set my mind to be here to help the community, but like I say, I can't put my mind in that I have to have to CPR on the field who might run me a couple blocks down the street. But in the hospital, it's different. We have the equipment we need, so it's more stabilized.
But how would it affect you personally? So, saying one of the officers that threw the flashbang were to come in, how would that?
He's my patient. Alive is alive. So yeah, if you come in, I don't know. I don't know faces. It's what dark. I don't know exactly who pinpoint a person. But like I say, even if that night, if I'm running on the way, if I see somebody fall out on the floor, even if that moment was that patient, and I know that she got the care she needs, that patient, let's say the police got on the floor and he doesn't have anything to hands with him, I would rush to him, even on that moment.
Has this changed anyone's kind of that work at a hospital and not having cops come in as patients, but sometimes coming in with someone? Does this change kind of how you react to them now at work?
I don't think so. We try our best. We are trained to not put our bias into a workplace. That is what healthcare is for. You can't put your discrimination against people. It's just not. They do what they do. I believe there's a wrong action, there's a right action. If they accompany patient and if that's what they're supposed to do, then they, that's right. But there's a wrong action that needs to be stopped. So if it's a right action, they do their job right, then yes. But that's action that is not supposed to happen, then that needs to stop.
Is there anything else?
Thank you. Thank you for everything.
All right, guys, and so that wraps up the conference here in Seattle. For all you tuning in right now, a lot of the nurses that were there, these people are nurses at a hospital, local hospital, and they come in their free time to assist the wounded here in CHOP Zone. So you got to, it was tough. It was probably a little tough to hear. I'm going to write in the description later on kind of what they say, but a lot of these medical individuals got hit with either a flashbang or what have you, and they are basically just expressing the story of what happened on the first couple of nights. So I'm going to put that in the description below if you couldn't really hear it. And stay tuned. We're out here live in Seattle, and we're going to keep seeing what we run into. And stay tuned, guys.